Hello, good evening, Twin Minds here. We're doing Kerbals tonight. It's been a little while since I've streamed, a couple days at least, but that's okay. Everyone needs a break sometime. As you can see on my active tab here, I have been a little bit overzealous in collecting missions, so I would like to get some of them done. 18, in fact. Oh, good lordy. Alright, so I do know that this one, visiting the Mystery Science Lab 3000, and this one are currently in progress. And that's what I was attempting to fix last stream. Until that went horribly wrong when I misdesigned the base and it was horribly broken. So, I have fixed the component that I want to install. So now I want to install it. So let's attempt to do that and hope I don't fail again. Because that would be frustrating. It's probably partly the reason that I didn't stream the last couple nights is that heartbreak, that disheartening that I had. But we all got to bounce back at some point or another. I've done a little bit more pruning of my part list, mostly around Blue Dog, because as much as I like the idea of having as many parts as possible, Blue Dog kind of takes that to an extreme. I would say of this fuel tank list, probably a third of it is Blue Dog. Probably less now that I've pruned some of it out. And same with the engine list. Probably about a third of this is Blue Dog. Because Blue Dog attempts to replicate numerous real-life space programs. Apollo, Gemini, etc. And they do that by creating a new part for every single possible option. This right here, the Bossart, I don't remember which mission this attempts to replicate, but there's 5 parts in tanks alone. There's probably another 2 or 3 engines plus subparts like antennas and stuff like that. So, you know, each space program from the real world produces a good dozen parts. So, I'm trying to slim that down, but it's taken some time, especially since I've come to rely upon this part in particular, which is a Blue Dog mission control drone thing. If I haven't come to rely on this one so much, I probably would have removed Blue Dog entirely by now. But there are some other good stuff as well, including a lot of different nifty-looking antennas and stuff like that. So I don't want to entirely remove it. Alright, back to what I was actually planning on doing instead of talking about parts. I was going to bring out the thing. The thing. Which thing is it? Ah, the station tri-expansion. There we go. This is what I had attempted to do before and failed miserably because of the crew maneuverability option. So let's remove this and make sure everything's kosher. Alright, so what I've done is previously this section here, which you can see is filled with a bunch of balls of stuff now. Previously this section was a monopropellant tank, which I brilliantly tacked on, and that removed the ability to move crew between my docking ports and the rest of the ship. So I've replaced it with this part, the Universal Storage Octo-Core, which does indeed have the ability for crew pass-through, which is right... where is it? Yeah, there we go. Connected living space, there we go. I was trying to think of the name of the mod, so I had to find the part. So the connected living space is basically anything that has a look to the center of it. This isn't the typical icon, but a look to the center of it that looks like it should be a hatch of some kind. That typically indicates that Kerbal should be able to pass through it. Like this right here. That's one of the typical icons that means, hey, Kerbals can pass through this. So let me put that back on the right way. Hey, that's the other icon I was looking for. That, with the plus in the middle, the dots, and the arrow. That's the typical icon that you would see in the middle of a docking port. That is also kind of the universal icon for Kerbals can go through this spot. So, since this can be passed through, anything that docks up here or in here should be able to go up and down into the other components. And that's what was lacking before, and that stopped my entire mission from working. So I had to fix that. So now I can relaunch, get this thing up to the Mun and docked with the existing station, so that the tourists who are stranded up there can go visit the station and complete that dang mission that's been sitting there forever. So, this whole mess has already been tested in flight, and it should be good to get to the Mun. However, the Delta V looks like butt. Why is it Delta V so low? Is something not registering? Let me check my staging, because I know that's a thing we need to do. Those things, those things, those things. That middle thing, the outer ring of parachutes, and the separatrons, the balutes, and the outer ring of disconnect. What is this? Oh, that's the egg fairing. Okay, that can go up here. I'll figure that out later. So, the inner ring of parachutes, the inner separatrons, balutes, and release. And then we've got the mid-stage release and next stage launch. Hey Avery, how you doing? And then we've got the eggs, and then we've got this stage release. Now this stage doesn't need parachutes. I probably could remove all those because this is going to be floating around the Mun by the time it gets around, so we'll see. But I think I'm ready to launch. I'm hoping the Delta V number is just wrong, because I think I had like 500 more Delta V before. Let's see. Well, but that's the thing. It looks like it won't make it, but there's literally nothing changed from this rocket, and it worked perfectly fine before, and it had a lot more Delta V on it. So there's no reason it shouldn't make it. Or rather, there's no reason it should have drastically lower Delta V than it had before. And I don't know why. Hey, Whale to Beast. Whale to Beast. I like it. I got it. Welcome. So, it's got 4,000 Delta V, which, granted, shouldn't be enough to make it to the Mun, but that is atmospheric. So if I drop the atmosphere marker down, it's got 4,300 Delta V, which still really shouldn't be enough. But it had a lot more Delta V before. And then this Delta V stat says its total is 6,500 Delta V. So I don't even know what to believe anymore. I don't get it. You know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Good morning, Musiko. How you doing? You know what? You know what? You know what? Screw it. I'm going to launch it. I'm going to test it, see how it goes, because I swear to God this thing has more Delta V than is being recorded here. I sure as hell better have more than 4,000 Delta V with all this nonsense on here. Yes, VG fan. It's KSP. As I mentioned in my announcement on my Discord chat, and on my channel stream names, which I hope are correct today. But yeah, I'm launching it. Oh, I know, it's evening here too, but Musiko has got morning, so that's what we're using. Screw it, launching it. We're gonna go and see how it works. If it's really that low on Delta V, I don't know how to fix it. I mean, I could strap more engines to it, but it's very different from before. No, when I was showing atmosphere mode the last time I used it, I had over 4,500 Delta V. So somehow I've lost 600 Delta V, and I don't know where exactly. Also, I have noticed that my my Mixer Discord bot has broken again. It was working before. So, yay, I guess. Oh, E-Gamma, you are correct. I have learned quite a bit, up to and including using the tools at my command to not have to make an orbit myself. So I'm going to do an ascent guidance. I'm going to go up to 100. Whoa, not 10-0-0. 100. I will not auto-deploy solar panels because that keeps breaking me. Actually, this one I can auto-deploy solar panels. Okay. I will not auto-stage because that's also broken on this ship. I do have Infernal Robotics installed, but I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I guess my ability to be creative so far has been lacking, because I have a lot of mods in here that should open up for a lot of creativity, and I haven't made use of it yet. So I really should, because that mod in particular is fascinating, and I've seen some really spectacular uses of it, so I'd really want to. So we're going to engage the autopilot and hit the go button. This thing really does not have nearly as much thrust as it used to. No, I take it back. It was about this slow before, so never mind. Station parts extended. Possibly? Well, keep in mind, Avery, I have been attempting to do this with minimal cost, because this is not sandbox mode, and I do have monetary limits. So I'm trying to do this within reasonable expectations, and if I throw a whole bunch of engines at it, it becomes very cost prohibitive. So far, the most expensive one that I've launched was 500,000, and that hurt me deep in my heart. So I'm trying to keep it reasonable. Okay, I'm going to check out station parts expanded. Give me a sec, Musiko. Station parts. Wait, do I not have that mod installed, or is it called something else? I've got the stock-alike station parts expansion, station science, animated station screens. Do I not have that? Hold up. Send me a linky thing and we'll figure it out. Okay, so that's the redux, or the redo, depending on how you want to talk about it. And yeah, that's the one I don't have installed. Interesting. If I haven't used any of those station parts yet, I could uninstall and replace with the other one. I'll have to check on that. Those are some gorgeous looking parts. I especially like the angular connectors and the multi-node connectors. Those look really nice. Ah, that's the one that has the inflatable toroidal rotational thingy, the donut. But they've got a new one. Nice. Oh, that one. They count as two different, but then you'll have very similar duplicated parts, which I guess I can clean up with the janitor, I suppose. Because like I was looking at the very large 2.5 cupola module that looks like it's octagon shaped and very bulbous outwards. I've already got that installed on one of my stations. I'm pretty sure. Either that or I was planning on it. I don't know if I've done it yet. Howdy, LoJack. How you doing? And hello to everyone else. I may have missed saying hello to people. Hello, I am here, hi. Alright, my solids are just about to burn out. No, not just about. I got 100 fuel left. But yeah, those look really nice. I mean, they look very similar to the one that I've got already, but I'll have to compare the two of them. Hey Mark, how you doing? Are we burned out yet? We're just about burned out. Okay. We'll cut the first stage. And the balloons kick out, because the balloons are weird. Something blows up. Always does. I don't care. Those are released, so we can release the second stage. Similar and nicer textures. I do appreciate that part. Oh, we got more explosions. Oh well. It's just the recovered stages. They'll be fine. No, if I were helping out North Korea, they'd be exploded by now. So many balloons. Those are the inline balloons. They are kind of a combination of a drogue chute and a parachute. And well, more of like a drogue chute and a heat shield. They are giant donut balloons, basically. And they open up the moment you touch the atmosphere and start slowing you down. And they are extremely heat resistant. And what they end up doing is they end up slowing you down so much that you don't really need a heat shield. And as you go deeper into the atmosphere, they slow you down more and more. Typically, they will end up getting you down to somewhere in the neighborhood of, I don't know, 50 to 100 meters per second by the time you get to the ground, so you still do need a parachute. But they drastically reduce your need for parachutes and drogue chutes and heat shields. So I love them. I really do. They've so far been very amazing. I can come in at a very steep angle now. Like, I can set my periaps to like 10 if I felt like it from the Mun or the Minmus or even further away, and the Balut will still slow me down to the point of not needing a heat shield. So they truly are amazing. Alright, so we are still only 16,000 meters up. I still don't have a apoapsis listing yet. Oh dear. Oh, I know what happened. I think I set my ascent path much shallower than usual, and I didn't get enough vertical ascent on this ship. That is going to be a problem. I am not going to survive this. Let's see if I can do this, see if it can correct anything. I'm going to guess no. I have it set to start the bank very early, regardless. But I just have it set to a very, very shallow angle. So, I mean, we're still technically growing our apoapsis, but not nearly enough. If it's lagging a lot, it's probably Mixer. No, YouTube, sorry. YouTube is always behind, honestly. But let me check my streams. YouTube is a good 15 to 20 seconds behind both Mixer and Twitch. Alrighty, E-Gamma. Well, thank you for stopping by. You're welcome to come back anytime. Our Apo is still only at 23,000 right now. Still going, though. We are definitely running out of fuel. I'm not deploying everything yet. I want to see how this thing goes. Short answer is it's not going to go very well. But, so I am redoing my epic failure from last week. Last stream, whenever the hell that was. So I've got a fixed up tri-coupler that I'm attempting to attach to the MUN station. I'm not seeing that at all on my side, Mark. I'm monitoring my YouTube stream. The only thing I'm seeing is that it's very behind, which is pretty common for YouTube. I would suggest try maybe closing out your browser and reload it just to see how that goes. I am expanding my MUN space station with a tri-coupler that I've built. And previously, I dropped all, kaboom! I attached things that killed the connectivity, or the crew connectivity. So this is looking wonderful. So yeah, we're gonna die. We are now rocketing downward. That's not the direction we're supposed to be going at all. Actually, Mark, now that you mention it, I have seen a couple lags in the YouTube stream also. Mark, in all honesty, I would recommend that you switch over to Twitch or Mixer. Because both Twitch and Mixer are running perfectly fine. YouTube has been running terribly. And I've seen a lot of other YouTubers who have been streaming who are switching over to Twitch recently. Probably for similar reasons. So, I would recommend giving it a shot at the very least. Just to see if those work better for you. This is, I mean, we haven't exploded yet, so that's a good start. But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna push this button. YouTube has been running. Whoa, that's not the button I wanted. That's the mute button that's on my YouTube stream channel. So you just heard me talk about talking about YouTube being terrible. So now we're exploding things. What's left? What's left? All that's left is some monopropellant and my drone core. No, that's not my drone core. What is this? It's just my decoupler. Okay. Ah, my batteries, yes. Okay. So, while I'm here, let me screenshot that loveliness. I do have a Twitter. I have to remember what the Twitter is. TwinMinds83. You should be able to find my Twitter. Oh, never mind. I don't have the links on YouTube, but there's my Twitter. Okay, we're gonna revert that. Revert to launch and just get a better flight path that hopefully won't suck. It's also entirely possible that this really truly doesn't have enough Delta V, so we're trying one more launch, and if not, I'll try to fix it somehow. I will warn you, though, I do not use the Twitter all that much. It does, however, post when I go live, so there is that. YouTube is being butt again. Meanwhile, Twitch and Mixer are doing just fine. I don't want no more engines. Oh, that shot's pretty. That's just got a really nice shady effect. Oh, now it's broken. Okay. Oh, that FPS though. That FPS though. All right. We are going up a hair that away. Engage autopilot. And we're hitting this button. But yeah, the FPS is terrible. It's a combination of the visual effects and just the sheer number of mods. It's just making KSP run pretty terribly. And I don't have a bad computer by any means, so I think it's just I have gone too far with the mods. So one thing I'm trying to do is get a handle on the mods so that I can either clean out unnecessary ones, or at the very least pick the ones I really like for another future playthrough that's a little bit more clean. But I'm not going to stop this one at all. I just need to figure out the performance situation, and that might involve removing the visual effects mods, which makes me sad, but might be necessary. Twitch is first, Mixer is second, YouTube is just barely clearing the launch pad right now. No, YouTube's almost caught up, actually. Twitched a little bit and went back to catching up. Alrighty, Mark. See you again if you can, otherwise you have a good night. So Whale, I'm confused by that. I mean, I get how Infernal Robotics can, you know, make for nifty things, but I don't see anything in there that would be an actual replacement for any other parts. So, I mean, unless you can tell me what you replaced, I'm very curious about that. Yep, YouTube's being dumb. Okay. Well, fun, Aiden. I also love space. Space is pretty cool. I kill my internet all the time. You should totally get this game. I would recommend it. If you don't have the money yourself, wait till you get it on sale. It's available for PC, Xbox, and PS4. Typically it's $40, but usually you can find it on sale for down to 20 if you wait long enough. Wow, Musiko. Wow. Way to Daft Punk that. But yeah, for PC it's on Steam or the Kerbal site directly. I would recommend either wait for a Steam sale or something like Humble Bundle or GOG or something like that, where you can get some sort of cheaper deal. Yeah, Xbox would be just fine, but just keep in mind you won't be able to mod it. At least not yet. They may eventually make modding available for Xbox, but I haven't heard any motion towards that. But the vanilla game is perfectly fine on its own. And so that's going to cut, and there's going to be explosions, because there always are explosions when I'm involved, whether I want it to or not. There they are. And then the next phase can go right away. It's relatively kid-friendly. The game itself is kid-friendly for sure. We, not always so kid-friendly here, but we try to keep it as relatively kid-friendly as we can. Welcome, Sheriff. Absolutely, I will explain. I have a small station in Mun orbit, and next to that Mun station I have an undocked, freely floating collection of tourists who would love to visit the station, except for the part where I designed the station poorly and they cannot get on currently. So I am launching this lovely giant egg-shaped thing, which will expand the functionality of my station to include docking ports that actually work properly, so that my tourists can get on board and visit the station and then go home. So currently they're all stranded up there, so I'm kind of under time constraints here. And that is my current mission. And inside of this egg thing, I basically just have a station expansion that consists nothing more of docking ports, a couple antennas, some monoprops so that the station can move a little bit, and a triangular shaped coupler which will allow for further expansion on the station in the future when I finally get around to it. Appreciate that, Avery. Keeping people in line. Just don't go overboard, because I am more than willing to hit the ban button myself if someone takes it a little bit too far. So don't worry too much about it. Hi, Cameron. I hope you feel better soon. I'm glad you enjoy space, or at least enjoy watching your brother enjoy space with us. Kitty, hi. Come here, kitty. I would show you the kitty, but this is the one that doesn't like to be picked up. So it's hard to get her in control. Hello, kitty. You still exist? Welcome, Help Me and or Banner Smile. My trajectory is fine-ish. He says cough. Here's the kitty. Here's the angry kitty that hates being picked up. Angry kitty. Hello. Hello, angry kitty. You'll be fine. You'll survive. Angry kitty. Alright, but yes, my trajectory is very low. I'm not gaining any altitude at all. That's unfortunate. Mahdi. Mahdi, with a name like that, You should not have any problem with 215 mods. What is the new mod you think I should have in my list? Do you have one in mind, or do you just think I need more? Because I'm okay with that idea. And actually, I will put it out there. 215 is an estimated number. I've been upping and lowering that a lot. It's just 215 is a nice roundish number, and I'm tired of counting. My cat is pretty amazing, but she's mean, so she does not like to be poked at. No, the Warp Engine mod I actually had installed for a while, but I removed it. I realized that the Warp Engine mod was really only useful if, like, I really wanted to quickly visit other places, and the fuel mechanics that it had were a little bit janky. So instead, I've got the FTL Beacons mod, which allows me to basically add warp gates much further down in the tech tree. So I can just essentially warp to where I need to go if I need to go quickly. And that I like that idea a little bit better. And yes, I do have tweak scale for sure. Hey, Fun Aiden, thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. You go help Cameron feel better. That one specifically I have not seen, the Star Trek 2063 warp mod. The one that I saw was the... what the heck was it called? What the heck was it called? It was a funky name. Let me look it up here. Warp. The Alcubierre warp drive. The Alcubierre warp drive does basically use Star Trek physics. It's just not called Star Trek or anything like that. Let me look to see if it's in here. No, all we've got any... so I mostly just use CCAN for my mods, and CCAN does not have the Star Trek mod. They have a Star Trek uniform pack to replace all of the Kerbal's uniforms with Star Trek uniforms, which would be kind of nice to have some red shirts going around, but still. Let me take a look at that one. I will take a look at it. Unfortunately, if it's not on CCAN, though, I'm avoiding it for now. So if you want to go through the effort to put it onto CCAN, I would recommend it, because a lot of Kerbal modders use CCAN to get their mods out there, and it's fairly widely used. Alright, so we have determined that this ship sucks. Just putting that out there. This ship does suck. So let's make another explosion. That didn't suck. Like, that didn't explode. I wasn't expecting that. Can I? Let's see if I can correct this at all. Let's disengage autopilot. Do this button a little bit. A little bit of this button. A little bit of that button. Still attempting. So there's multiple problems with the ship. I'm not gonna say anything about that. I don't have gimbaling on my engine, so there's less control. It is very front heavy. It's not well designed in the least. Oop, and that fuel's gone. Okay, so this is not salvageable. And the weirdest part is that this part here has not changed. Like, it really has not changed. The rockets used to push it up have not changed. The only thing that's changed is that I have closed the game and reloaded. That's it. Everything else is the same. So I don't know exactly what's gone wrong, but I'm going to have to fix it. And we're going to rebuild. I don't believe so, but the mods may have updated. I don't know for sure. Hey, I just saw that the Modi has followed on Twitch. Thank you for that. Alright, so, yeah, unfortunately I don't quite have my my follow notifications working quite right. I have yet to find a solid answer for getting notified on Twitch and YouTube of follows. I'm pretty sure it still comes up on screen. In fact, if you could tell me, did you see it come up on screen when you followed? Even shortly after. Because I don't get to see that on my side yet. I'm still trying to fix that. Hey, balancing a baseball on a toothpick is possible. You just have to not suck at it. Alright. I'm going to try a silly thing. And it involves replacing the whole damn thing. Basically. We're going to start over. Because I suck, and I would like to stop doing that. Okay, so first things first, that needs to not do what I just did. This can go bigger. And second thing, this can go bigger. And third thing, this can go bigger. Alright, so we're going to do a 3.75 rocket instead. Because I'm tired of the whole toothpick balancing situation. Just doesn't quite cut it for me. Alright. So it's still going to be bulbous, but less so. So hopefully that will help matters a little bit. Let's see. In fact, this can just go right back on there, and we'll just design the rest of the rocket. So, out of the gate, this thing is 80 tons. So I'm going to need a heck of a lot of rocket to get this thing going. It's a shame I don't have the Sea Dragon yet, because that would be epic. But, since I don't have the Sea Dragon yet, we'll just have to figure it out the other way. Alright, so first off we need bigger balut. Oh, I don't have bigger balut, do I? I only have the tiny balut. Well, that's not good. Oh well, this stage doesn't need balutes. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see. I've got my top, I've got my battery. I think this stage just needs some thingamabobbers with the stuff and the things. Discord bot's working. What? Hold up. I don't see Discord bot working. Scottybot has decided it's going to be dumb. Scottybot, what are you doing? Quit it, Scottybot. I mean, I'm all for you advertising my Discord channel, but quit it. No, my Discord bot is still broken. Scottybot advertising my Discord, that's working a little too well. Quit it, Scotty, quit it. What are you doing? What crack are you smoking, Scotty? I'm going to uncheck the repeat option on that for right now. Because ScottyBot's being dumb. There we go. Back to designing. Alright, so my biggest tank is that one, which is a 5.625. Am I that bad, Whale? Bye. Have fun. Have fun wherever you're going. That's not good. That's also not good. These are not very well designed by size. Okay, fine. We're just going to do that and make it bigger. Alright. Alright, so that's 2,000 Delta V right there. So that's good. That's not how that's supposed to work at all. Oh well. Oh, that's why. It's... That'll be fine. Alright. That one's just kind of weird. I guess we can go with... Let's try this one again. Kind of weird, but I'll take it. God damn it. Okay, so this can go down here, this can go up here. I have to do more engines at the moment. In fact, I'm probably going to do a different engine at the bottom there. I might do... That's not the engines at all. This is the engines. What if I did... These are... That's barely more thrust. What if I did a mainsail that's bigger? That's better. That's better for sure. Okay. We'll do a mainsail. I don't use stock parts very often anymore. And then we need to decouple, and we'll do some stuff off of the side. What do I have for radial decouplers? think I need something with a bit of force. That's a 250, 125, 450. Let's do the 450s. Unless I have... So these claim to eject at 1,000. But they don't appear to do that well. Actually, let's try these. I've never tried these before. These are decouplers slash... whatchamacallits. Those engines that blow your stuff further away. I'm being dumb right now, apparently. But let's do that. Let's do... Surprisingly enough, that is not enough force. And those are 1,600. Okay. There we go. That might help. The linebackers. That's enough thrust. Alright. So, I want to balut the linebackers so I can recover them, because they are worth a redonkulous amount of money each. Avery, chill your tits. I'm not going to do more when I don't need to do more. Alright, let's see. Hang on a tick. That button, those, that. Interesting. Okay. So according to this middle engine does not have a very good thrust to weight ratio. It claims that it's only got 0.82 thrust to weight, and it only goes up to 0.9 out of atmosphere. So that's not quite enough for this bottom engine. But I don't have very many engines that can go on that size. I've got mainsail, and that's 1,500 kilonewtons of thrust, which should be plenty. But let's try this one. That is even worse thrust. The hell? So the thing is, you still need to get the whole warp ship up into orbit first. I'm pretty sure the warp mod does not get you up there. I could be wrong. You may have added something that does make it go up. But last I checked, you still need to get it up into orbit first before the warp really works. So that's weird. So 40 something hundred, and that's 40 something hundred. Okay. It's funny, I added 2 more of these and only got another 300 delta V roughly. So adding more of these solids really doesn't help all that much. 3 of them, 4 of them. Okay. 4 of them is good. 4 of them is good. That's right, I never finished looking that up. Curse Forge. I will definitely have to check that out later. Well, so it can launch off the launch pad. It's that once it gets up to wherever the solids are going to drop off, it supposedly doesn't have enough thrust to weight ratio to move this thing forward. But I kind of want to test it just to see how it goes, because otherwise I've got more than enough delta V on the whole ship. So let me grab some ballots on those. A couple parachutes. Check out my stage recovery. Need more parachutes. Still need more parachutes. Still need more parachutes. Still need more parachutes. I think we know where this is going. 95.16% chance to recover. I'll take it. I will take it for now. I just need some nose cones. Best nose cones ever. There we go. That's better. And then I need some fins of some kind. There's my deltas. I want to go with the deltas for now. Make deltas bigger so that they can help more. This one might end up being a loss, because I don't think I can throw enough parachutes on this thing to recover it. What I could do, perhaps, is I could leave it with enough enough juice to come back again on its own. Might be possible. Let me grab a smallish tank that I can do that with. Smallish tank? That's too big. I might be able to do 4 donuts on it. Do they attach radially? No, they don't have any sort of surface attach. That's unfortunate. What I want to try is the powered recovery. So, where are you? Powered recovery. I need to grab a small tank. Alright, so this is going to be the unused fuel, which hopefully will help it recover itself with powered. I just need another drone core for that. Alright. That button, all of the parachutes, and that button. Next up is that. Okay. Now, I have no idea if this is actually going to function. Because of that thrust to weight ratio. Otherwise, I have more than enough delta V. I also have an itchy nose. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. Yeah. We'll try launching it, see how it goes. Worst case scenario, it blows up again. Not like that hasn't happened a couple times. The side engines do have donuts, yes. Something's banging? Or are you hearing the music? Oh, that banging, okay. That is actually my foot tapping the mic stand, and I didn't realize it. I didn't realize that that was causing noise because that's a very long distance to travel for that that tapping. I'm smart sometimes. It's okay. I can't hear it at all, so I mean, I can keep it up if it's really amusing you. Alright, we are going to engage the autopilot. We are going to hit the button. Oh man, that thrust. That thrust, though. Look at that thing barely go. It is going so fast, it looks very slow. You are correct. I'm going to have to look into the warp mod. I'm trying not to use anything that seems overpowered. And from what I've seen so far of the warp mod, it looks kind of overpowered. Not that that's not fun to play with sometimes, but I want there to be some form of challenge. And in fact, the only reason I left the FTL beacons installed is once I get more established out in the solar system, I want it to be at least a little bit quicker to get from one place to another. Okay, still going. Manually pilot this monstrosity? Oh, heck no. I'm thinking it's French. Pilot. Maybe Italian? Oh, don't pull that stuff, Avery. You aren't a hardcore gamer like me. That's bullshit talk right there. Alright, so cut. Nice. I like the way those things released. Much less explosions. I'm gonna have to use those more often. Okay, so they look like they're converging again. Possible explosions imminent. So yeah, with the lack of actual force on this engine, it barely has enough thrust to gain speed. It does have enough thrust to gain speed, which is good, just not enough to really go anywhere useful. So I'm going to have to figure out that bottom stage somehow. And part of the problem is that I just don't really have a good grasp of all the parts that I've got. Nor apparently do I have a good grasp on building rockets, which is the challenge when one needs to build rockets to play a rocket-based game. I am gonna have to do some testing in my off time, though, to see if I can build proper SSTO. Because I feel like that might be necessary for certain things. Alright, I'm going to try to disengage autopilot. No, that wasn't good. Because there's minimal control. That's okay, we're going back down now. Whee! Can we point prograde at the very least? We can point prograde. That is not quite where I wanted to be, but we're pointing prograde. I don't have any rotation. No, still no rotation. There is no spinning wildly. What happened to my RCS? Oh, forgot to install bloody RCS. I forgot I had that on the previous build before I strapped the entire thing. So, down we go! Let's point more down. More down, please. Ah! Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. It's still in control. That's good. We're going that way. Sort of. It's attempting to go that way. Nah. Nah, whoops. Whoa. That. Why? How? What? It was doing weird things. Suddenly it went somewhere else. Oh dear. Okay. So that's not good, is the short answer. I am curious, though, why this engine in the middle doesn't have enough thrust. It's as big as I can make it. It's got 4,000 kilonewtons of thrust. It damn well better have enough thrust to weight ratio, but apparently it doesn't. I don't know why that is. Checking the channels, making sure everything's good. Okay. So it is entirely possible you are right on that. Oops. Let's try moving that down there. That's a little bit better. Definitely a little bit better. So, I mean, these are the linebackers. They are, I believe, the thrustiest engine that I've got. Clocking in at 3,500 kilonewtons of thrust. Let's see. These are the next at 2,000. And the twin bore. Now I could try to swap out for the twin bore and see how that goes. Let's try just to see what it will do. Come on, go away. Elsewhere. Yeah, that's not too much better, and I could probably strap some tanks onto that, but I doubt it will be all that much better. Try the MOA at the bottom here. Meh. Alright, I'll try that. Come on, give me friggin' engine, go, stick. There we go. Let's dump that. Let's dump that. Grab that and grab that. That is worse. Now what I could try to do is, let me strap that there for now. Grab that. Now that's actually better. Just switching stuff around a little bit here. That's not how that's supposed to go. There we go. Okay, so that's only 4,000 delta V, which is like 3-ish hundred shy of being able to get around the mun. But let me just recheck my staging here. All 5 of those going at once. Nope, I cannot add more fuel. Because the thrust to weight ratio on these things is so poor that adding more fuel just makes them not be able to go up at all. But yeah, I can do the staging. Just want to make sure all this is right. Okay, let me grab a couple things first before I do the staging. Actually, let me do these. I think this will work. Those should be good. Those have quite a lot of electric charge on them, actually. Alright, so let me do the staging. I need to grab the fuel lines. Not do... There we go. Oh, I noticed. I just didn't say anything. Because I knew what you were talking about. Alright, so these ones need to go first. And then these two. Okay. So, amazingly enough, Kerbal Engineer is actually recognizing the staging of the asparagus, and it's actually given me an additional 600 delta V just from doing that staging. So, I personally have not been very used to doing the asparagus staging, but I am seeing the benefit of it for sure. So, according to this, we now have enough delta V to go there. So I'm going to save this. And I still don't know if these are enough fuel for the powered landing. But we will see. We will see. Ah, I need vernier engines for the thingy with the stuff. The thingy with the stuff. That thingy. Okay. So these can go... Why no go? There we go. That'll be fine. And fuel delivery overlay. Good. Okay. Okay. I'm going to attempt to launch. And hopefully not suck so much. Are you talking about where it landed on the floating platform? Yes. And I think this is the second. It's only the second that I know of that they've done a proper floating water landing on a floating platform. I mean, they landed in water. Then I missed that one, and I do believe there was a recent launch that I've missed entirely. So that's news to me. That's nifty. That is weird, though. I mean, I wonder if they have, you know, sealed it against the saltwater intake, because that's been so far pretty damaging to anything that's landed in the water, to the point where it's almost not worth reusing. Maybe they found answers to that. Who knows? Maybe they just landed it in fresh water, so the salt water doesn't kill it. I don't know. I don't know the details. Aha! Rereading this thing has told me where I have missed a step. I need to revert. I forgot to add solar panels. because this thing tends to run out of juice before it gets to the mun. An exceptionally aggressive landing burn. That sounds aggressive. I don't have an answer to that, Avery. Solar. Those can't be retracted, so I can't use those. I guess I'll just have to stick with the old standbys. I would say, technically, if you've never played it, then you can't be good at it at all. At least not in practice. You could be good at it in theory. But you've never actually played it, so you can't really say that you're good at it. Did I seriously not hit launch? Like, I thought I did. Launch button. Go. Sitting here freaking waiting for it to load and I'm being dumb. Alright. Interesting. So between the vehicle surviving the landing and the high-powered impact, or the high-powered retro burn was enough to make it land properly, they didn't plan on it working, so they didn't have a barge ready to go for it. That's amusing. I am curious, though, how they're planning on cleaning out the salt water, because that's been a big problem. Alright. Engage the autopilot. Staging is good. 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 Go! Fucking go! Look at me using a bunch of vanilla parts. I've got vanilla engines, I've got vanilla tanks, vanilla wings, and the fuel lines, and I've got these vanilla secondary tanks, which I did actually remember to turn off. That's good. The only thing that's not vanilla is the second stage engine, the decoupler, and the drone heads. And the entirety of the payload, but that's fine. Don't worry about that. Missionary rocket, what? Oh, okay, so planning on using that retro burn option on the barge. Got it. That's where I was confused, because it sounded like they were planning on landing in the water. I'm like, that doesn't sound very effective. I just got it. I get it now. That took brain far too long to get it. Mama has me some chocolate while we wait. Alright, first stage is out. Hopefully those can recover. Or hopefully, rather, we get out of the way in time for them to recover. Oh god, they're going at each other. Well, one of them's not recovering because its drone just got cut. That's awesome. So, yay? The means to bake a 4 a.m. cake. There you go. It doesn't look like we're going far enough away fast enough for those to properly counterburn themselves, but we'll see. Getting close to running out of the second stage here. Okay, so those are separating away nicely. But I don't know for sure if they're going to survive, so who knows. I did get 2 recoveries here. Aha! That son of a crap, they just ran into each other. So my separation still is kind of failure. But, oh well. Alright, so that was a 1 recovered, 1 not recovered, because it blew up. If they didn't run into each other, they would have both recovered just fine. Probably the same story with these 2 that just separated. So I still need to figure out my separation, my separation anxieties, as it were. Because it's not cutting it. Any attempt that I have made to do separations hasn't really worked too well. So... but we are ascending still, and we look to be on par to get an actual orbit. It looks like we're gonna make it. You do that, Mystico. I just realized that Twitch is showing the wrong game again. Why are you showing the wrong game, Twitch? Twitch says 7 days to tie. Let me refresh. Twitch now shows Kerbal Space Program. Okay. And YouTube also shows Kerbals. Okay, good. We are still, I think, on par with an orbit, ready to go. I think. This has taken a lot more effort than I was expecting for tonight. Because that rocket that was attached to this thing previously was perfectly fine. Like, there was nothing wrong with it the last time I launched. Then tonight, horribly wrong. So I don't know what went wrong there. But I guess I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so we are getting close to running out of fuel. These still haven't despawned. They're 40k away and still haven't despawned. What the hell? My physics is being weird. Oh well. Not too worried about it. Alright, just about to cut. So far, so good. Our Apo is just about at 100, which means it's going to stop throttling, which it's doing as we speak. And then it's going to coast its way to apoapse to circularize, which is wonderful. And at 60, is it going to be 60 or 70? Somewhere in there, it's going to auto load the solar panels. Yes, Blade. Yes, Blade. Since you're watching me without sound, this is like my third try, so finally getting it, I guess. I didn't forget RCS. I just don't have it turned on yet, because so far I haven't needed it. But I might. I might need it. For all I know, you turned on sound to hear that, but who knows. Alright, so I'm going to enable RCS because it wants to correct itself. And we have solar, which is good. I'm going to crack the egg once we've circularized. Okay, so we've got a recovery of the one stage. But we did lose the other two because they crashed into each other. Poopy. Alright. I will have to figure out the answer to that, because I can't decouple side stages for life of me for some reason. Alright, so we are circularizing hard and fast. Yay! Yay! Okay. Well, there's only so far out you can make them. And I've tried to pull them out further before, and it only lets you go so far. So I can definitely try to extend it out, but I don't think it's going to extend out for much further than it already is. Alright, so now we can crack the egg. Not that I needed to crack the egg, honestly, but why not? Alright, so we can kill ascent guidance, get maneuver planning involved, set target to MUN. Okay. Create node. Okay. Let me will do. Execute, por favor. Set all these to point to their relative targets. Yay, cake is on the oven. Alrighty, Avery, you have a good night. I will try not to need you too much. Alright, we are getting ready to go to the Mun. Nice to know I've got people looking after me. Good to know. Alright, that was a recovery. I don't know which recovery, but a recovery. Yay, the burn. Alright, so now we watch this thing burn itself to the Mun. I do much rather have that 40-something second burn to the Mun rather than the, like, 3 minutes from having, like, a nerve engine or something like that. Some other high ISP engine. But I'm sure higher ISP is much more useful later on. But for right now, burn hard, burn fast. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. I'm being impatient because of how much I've failed so far. Okay. Now, how good is it going to make it? It burned less than it was supposed to. Alright. I mean, I guess I could not do RCS because it was changing my maneuver nodes all sorts of weird. Let's burn ever so slightly out. That'll do. Alright. Gonna F5 there. And we're going to warp ourselves to the Mun. Whee! That's a slower warp than usual. Usually it goes up to 10 times, or 100. 10,000 times. There we go. It's only doing 1,000 times right now. Is there anything I need to worry about here? We still have 197 days left of habitation and 21 days left of supplies on the poor people that are stuck around the Mun. So they'll be fine for now. That's precise maneuver. I'm missing a button that I know I should have, but I don't know where it is at the moment. That can go away. We've got connection. Everything appears to be okay. Alright. So now I need to find my space station. Set that as my target. I'm curious if I hit that button. No, it won't do it. What if I do intercept target in an hour? If I tell it to intercept target in an hour, it will create a node that burns me straight into the mun so I can go through the mun and meet up with it on the other side. That seems effective. I'm not going to do that. So I think I will just circularize. If it knows how to circularize here. No, it cannot. Okay. Do that thing, yes. Do that thing going straight through the mun. That's the most effective way. Straight line, right? Yeah, absolutely. Alright, we are going to manually circularize then. And actually, we are so close to manually circularizing that we might be able to get our encounter in the attempt of circularization. So I'm going to try that. Oh, that's pretty good. How close are they, though? 3 kilometers separation. Not terrible. I mean, considering we're not even on the same damn plane, I'd say that's pretty close. Let's see how close we can get. So that's 2.7, or yeah, 2.7 kilometers, which is, I think, as close as 2 planes intersect for the most part. I'm okay with that because I can fix 2.7 kilometers. That's easy to do. So I will take it. So let us fast forward to here. And I'm going to attempt to point this boat without using RCS so as to not mess up my maneuver all that much. So let's attempt to move the boat. Oh yeah. That is some fine rotation right there. In fact, I should sass and do the maneuver node and let it do it on its own, since I don't need to do that manually. What a weird method of doing that. Sure, why not? So while we're sitting here waiting to match up with the maneuver node, I have noticed something, and it's not related to the game, really. I have noticed that when I start streaming, there tends to be a batch of people who show up. For whatever reason, and they tend to show up from everywhere, so it doesn't feel like a raid or anything silly like that. So a batch of people will show up, they'll talk for a bit, I'll have like 8-10 people in here, if not more, and then they realize how much I suck, and they vanish. Just poof, gone. And some of them will follow, and some of them will say that they will be back, but I rarely ever see any of them back again. And I'm not concerned. I just find it an interesting trend. And that could very well speak to my skills, or myself. But I don't get enough feedback to tell me whether or not I'm doing good to fix that. Except for the people who come back regularly, which I appreciate. But yeah, all these people, they'll show up and poof. You are still here, and you come back regularly, and I absolutely appreciate it. I'm more baffled by the sudden influx and then the sudden vanishing. It's a weird trend that happens regularly. Alright, we are pointed at the node. 12-second burn. And we're a minute out from the node. So I'm going to fast forward just a hair. Not enough to cause problems, because I've done that before. Right about here. Okay. Alright. Not perfect, but it'll have to do. Come on, delete the goddamn node. Delete the node. Okay, fine. There we go. Now I can delete the node. Alright, so I didn't end up nearly as close as I wanted. Can I correct that at all? Let me add a maneuver here. I can correct it that way. But I think it would take me too long to point to that. Well, thank you for that. I do appreciate it. I really, truly do. It's nice to have people who stick around because they want to stick around. Rather than people like Blade who stick around because they feel like they have to. Not that he's watching. I like giving him crap. Me and him are... We live near each other, we've worked together, we do a lot of gaming together, so we give each other crap. It's just how that goes, right? Alright, so I am well beyond the point of that node mattering. So what I will do is I will transfer to target and see what that node does. That is a terrible transfer. That is absolutely terrible. What if instead I try to do a fine tune? That gives me a much better connection. That gives me a 0.4 kilometer connection. I'll take it. So let's do that. And that's going to... I'm going to use RCS to let it do that, but that's going to mess up my current orientation. Because RCS does that. Yeah, it's really hard to use RCS when you're trying to do fine-tune maneuvers, because the RCS itself causes maneuvers to happen, thus the maneuver node changes, thus the RCS tries to chase the maneuver node, thus the maneuver node changes, and RCS tries to chase it. It's a never-ending cycle. Not in this case, because apparently it decided it was going to catch up just fine, but it did move that maneuver node pretty drastically. Not a huge deal, but... we are fast forwarding. We have lost the maneuver node a little bit. We've also lost... oh no. Oh no. Hopefully that's not the same problem again. I'm gonna trust it. I'm gonna let it do its thing. Nope. It has gone to shit. Alright. I'm going to need to fix that manually, I believe. Abort. Delete. Yeah, that's gone to shit. Okay. So I'm going to have to fix that. Let me turn off RCS. Turn on SAS. Match planes. I mean, luckily it didn't go so much to shit that it launched me into the mud, which very well could have happened at some point. But yeah, this is really tricky without good RCS. Just gotta be patient. Just gotta be patient. Let it do its thing. I do need better reaction wheels, though. Because as much as I've got that mod installed that's supposed to severely diminish the usefulness of reaction wheels, they still do a hell of a lot better than trying to use RCS for all of my maneuvering. RCS is good for some things, but it's definitely not good when trying to do fine-tune maneuvering. It's to a point. I mean, obviously RCS is really good at fine-tune maneuvering for certain things. We are getting close. The ball is ever so slowly moving where it needs to go. Doing this button and this button, checking on things, making sure everything's cooking along nicely. Okay. I unfortunately had that mishap with the maneuver node, mostly due to all the RCS, and I lost my my window. Might be able to get it back, but I don't think so very soon. We are changing our plane, though, to make it a little bit easier to transfer. Okay. Now, what can I do? Let's see. So if I monitor these things... Nope, okay. What if I do a transfer? That does some janky work. Nope. What if I do that button? That appears to be a useful button. I'm curious to see if this can do what it says it can do. We are past the burn time, so it probably is going to screw up my orbit even more, but I am curious. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to abort. And I'm going to let it float to there. It's trying. It's trying really hard. I know what needs to be done. I just need to get the ship in the right position to do it. Hey, Kingdom, how you doing? Okay, so I'm going to hit that button, then that button. Do the thing. Do the thing less sucky this time. That's almost right, except not. Alright, so we are now in line to be close to it on the next pass. So I'm going to rotate around. Because right here is where we're going to meet up with it. Oh, I'm aware. I'm aware that I've got competition with Blade. He tends to draw a little bit better of a crowd than I do. And that's alright. I'm only mildly salty about it. Alright. So now I'm going to do match velocities with target. Right there. And I'm going to set my SAS to point at that maneuver node now and get it moving where it needs to be eventually. In fact, let me do a thing. I need to do this thing. Not that thing. That thing. And then another thing. Stop doing things! There we go. There we go. Okay. So we're getting closer to pointing at the maneuver node, which is good. Eventually. And actually, I'm going to speed up a little bit here. Okay. So we are now pointing at the maneuver node with 8 minutes to spare, and it's only a 3-second burn to match velocities with the ship as we pass it. And that will hopefully get me ready to dock with it, because that should be within like 400 something meters or somewhere in there. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to F5 it, just in case. Then we're going to fast forward here. I'm going to F5 it again. Refocus on my ship, because that's somehow lost. Alright. So, there's me target. Everything's getting closer. F5 again, just so that we now have a point to start off with at 2,000 meters away, if needed. Oh no, not the goddamn flashy thing again. Okay. Almost perfectly in time with the music, until it comes off the music, and now it's all sort of out of whack. Okay. So I'm going to start burning slowly, I think. I can't do anything about the flashy thing, I'm sorry. I'm going to look at it as soon as I'm done matching my velocities here, though. Alright, RCS, you're causing me problems. Quit it. RCS is causing me more problems. I'm going to F5 first before Alt F10, just in case. Let's see. No, post-processing did not do that. 24 gigs of old NVIDIA drivers? Oh, good lord. Toggle death buffer turns it all white. That's lovely. Oh, it's just slightly off from the music. Reload shader bundles. No. Wireframe. No. Map Eve clouds? No. So the other thought I had was that it was an Eve thing, but I don't believe I have access to Eve out here. No, not that button. This button. There we go. Atmosphere settings. Just trying to get everything in line here before I do much. Quick saving. Okay. So, let's turn off RCS because that causes me problems. Alright, so, toggle post-processing, da-da-da-da-da. Ocean settings. Rebuild ocean. No. Reload shader bundles. No. What other buttons do we have? Mostly just have numbers. Alt 0 is Eve. What do we got here? And I've looked at the flashing before, and it is some sort of like shadow texture thingamabobber. Because when it was happening over Kerbal, I actually saw in the blue glowy flashy thing, I saw the outline shading of a mountain. So it's some sort of like ground shader option. So that probably is Scatterer. But you don't have access to some of those options in Scatterer when you are in-game. So let's see. Atmosphere settings. Nope. Don't know what it is. Alright. Let me just check my thingy. We're good. Okay. Let me point at target. It might, for sure. It might not. I don't remember for sure if I've tried that. But yeah, at this rate, I'm definitely willing to try it. So, F5 again, just to be sure. Going back to Space Center. I try to avoid doing too many loads to Space Center or between ships or whatever, because with each load, the game gets slower. But that flashing is worth it. And I don't know what causes that flashing either. It's inconsistent. Sometimes I'll go an entire play session without seeing it. Sometimes I'll see it multiple times, and it will go away on its own. And no, Kingdom, I did not see the lunar eclipse last night. I didn't know about it, honestly. But that's on me, because I don't actively follow astronomical event calendars. So that's on me. I am playing on PC, and the PC I don't believe gets the enhanced edit, although I'm not positive on that, so don't quote me on that. I was pretty sure the enhanced version is only for consoles, both PS4 and Xbox. Not positive. But what I do know is that only PC is going to be able to have mods. So if you're at all interested in modding, you would need to do the PC version. My understanding is the enhanced version is kind of a rework of the game engine itself, along with version enhancements. I don't know what all it entails. I just know that they rewrote some of the base code of the game. And supposedly, that coincides with the new company that bought Kerbal Space Program. And I don't know all the details. I've only kind of heard bits and pieces of it as I've been watching other videos. So it's like the new company that bought it, this is their push to reinvigorate KSP. I think. Fairly certain. Maybe. Alright, no more flashy thing. Hooray. Okay. So, where's my target? There's my target. point back at the target, please. And I think what I want to do is go over here and control from here and point at this. I need to be able to click the damn thing. Can't click the damn thing. Hey Prince, how you doing? This game is... Yeah, excuse me. This game is definitely fascinating. As far as I'm aware, KSP was never fully taken down, at least not on PC through online sales. Though story may be very different for consoles. I don't know for sure. I would recommend it though if you ever get a chance. I am doing just well, except for the part where I can't seem to get the ship where I want it to be. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this doohickey. That's close enough for now. Oops. Nah. Nah. I'm being dumb at control. Okay. 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 Got it. Now this thingy can point back to target. Do I not have backwards thrust in this thing? I don't. Well, that's crap. Okay. Between Subnautica and KSP, that is definitely a tough call. Because I would say both games are exceptional. My personal preference is both. But that's just how I play games, so. Trying. Okay. That's closer. Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. The deep ocean will absolutely give you the heebies and or the jeebies. That's guaranteed. Where did my target go? Where did my target go? There it is. Okay. So I need to set you as target, but I can't click on you damn yet. I need to zoom in quick. Why? Why can I now click? Aha! Aha! Okay. Getting there. Getting there. Recording? What? Ain't no recording. Okay, I'm actually recording, but still. That doesn't sound very pleasant. Alright, savey, savey. I think this station is going to have to do all the control, because this one is absolutely terrible at control. That's fine. That's fine. I've always wondered about that. I've had more than a couple people come in and ask me if this is live or not. I don't understand. Like, to me, Twitch and Mixer are a live streaming service. So I can't fathom why anyone would have a pre-recorded thingy. That doesn't make sense to me. Alright, we're going to fast forward a hair till we're closer. And this one is still being a jerk with its RCS. So I need to do this quick and turn off RCS. And then I need to back up a step. Oh no. Don't tell me I just ran out of RCS. I just ran out of RCS. Oh shit. Uh-oh. I'm going to hit that button. I'm going to go switch over here quick. And I'm going to hope that it doesn't explode. Bonk. Okay, good. Just a little bonk. We're good. Alright, so I need to set this specifically as my target. I need to point at target with RCS. Switch you. You need to point at this thing, set as target. Point at target. These two are going to be doing a little bit of wonky rotation around each other, but they're now pointed at each other. Or supposed to be. Point at target, goddamn you. Why are you not pointing at target? Look at it go! Look at it go! Oh dear, this is terrible. This is probably one of the worst dockings I've ever done. Did I forget to control from here? I think I might have forgotten to control from here, actually. Control from here. I am not in linear RCS mode, however, let me finish getting this thing in control a little bit first. The biggest problem that I have right now is that the RCS that I've got on this big ship does not have reverse. Like, it's got four-way RCS. It's got, you know, forward, side, and linear. I don't know, whatever that's called. So it doesn't have forward, or it doesn't have reverse thrusting. So I can't slow my ass down, so I'm having to be very careful about this, and it caused me problems the first time around. So I'm trying not to cause problems. Hey, Delos, I did not see you there. Sorry about that. Welcome. Alright, let me ever so slightly correct this. Now, I know we're going a little bit fast, but they should not be a huge issue. Nice! Full speed docking. Alright. So that was painful. That was absolutely painful, but we're done. And now we're back to having monopropellant, which is nice. And this thing is excess, but I don't need to remove it yet. Good. Okay. So, F5. Because that's step 1. All of the last 2 hours has been step 1. Step 2 is grab these guys and bring them over to dock to this. So, we're done. RCS is going to go off for now. SAS can be good where we're at. F5 again. Now I need to go switch over to my other ships. Yep, 2 hour step 1. That's how I roll. Alright. So I need to grab Space Bus and switch to this one. So the goal was to dock the 2 things I just docked. That was the first goal, because that expanded my station to have docking capabilities. And step 2 is to get my stranded tourists to dock with the station, because they wanted to visit the station. And I didn't plan well enough to have a docking port ready for them to attach to. So I had to build a separate ship to expand my station so that the tourists can then dock. Roundabout method of getting my missions done, but it's getting done. So now I just need to get my tourists to the station, which is right there. I need to point at target. Actually, I need to go, yeah, this way. Okay. Then I need to SAS assist. I need to go this way a hair. I don't ever do song requests, because song requests require knowing every single song and its copyright requirements. And I don't have any sort of song request service up right now that can do copyright-free song requests. Because copyright and YouTube is an absolute requirement. Okay. So we're getting closer. I have no idea what that is. Tell me about it first. Tell me things. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. Alright, so we're doing that, and then we're going to point retrograde and get ready. Well, I mean, if it's space porn, I guess. Come here, kitty. Come here. Come here, kitty. Grammatic license. Kitty face. Kitty face. Okay, we're F5ing. We're F5ing in here instead. And we are retro burning soon. Cat, stop. Hey, Delos, thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. And let me know if I'm pronouncing your name horribly, horribly wrong, because I do that a lot. Cat, stop yelling at me. I don't appreciate it. Stop yelling at me. Yeah, I saw it. I just don't have the means to watch it right now, because I'm streaming. Let me copy pasty for later. Make sure that I'm not going to crash while I do this copy pasty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here, kitty. Come here, kitty. Come here. If you want attention, you gotta come this way. Kitty. Kitty's gonna get me killed. Kitty's gonna get me killed. Hey, Tom, thank you for that follow. I appreciate that. Meanwhile, Kitty's trying to get me killed. Cat, stop being a turd. Oh, I love that shot. Hold up, hold up. With the Mun rising. Or with the Kerbal rising. Let's do this shot. All right. Luckily, he is not staged for me, which is good. But still, it's entirely possible. Alright, so we are coming in at 3 meters per second. I'm going to control from here. And I'm going to attempt to find a target to point at. I don't see one yet. Alright, so we're going to point back at target. Well, you have a good night / morning, Tom. Glad to help you make that decision. I welcome you back whenever you would like to come. Alright, so where is my target gonna be? What about... that can be my target, I suppose. Well, thank you. I will probably need said luck, but that's okay. I'm going to zoom in a hair. Get some more stuff in the shot. Trying to get some good screenshots for my YouTube video covers. Alright, we're gonna do... Let's see, what are we gonna do? Actually, I think we're pretty good. Burn a little bit faster. Fast forward a hair. Not point directly at the ship would be kind of nice. Nah. Alright, tell you what, I'm gonna burn retrograde first, because I'm a little bit too close for comfort. A little bit too close for comfort here. And by too close for comfort, I mean my ass end is probably going to fry the side of this thing. There we go. Okay. So, I need to rotate so I have better direction of my facing, I think. Okay. I need to go up a hair. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Set that one as target. Point at target. Alrighty, Prince, you have a good night. And or day, or whichever. Whichever it is for you. Alright, we're pointing at target. We are pointing at target. Okay. I'm going to see if I can get this thing to point also at target. Can we control from here? Probably. Can we set this as target? Probably. Can we point at target with RCS? It has no idea how to control that. Okay. I am going to... Let's see... That way. That way is a little bit better. Okay. How about this? Okay. We're close. Any attempt to do any sort of realistic weather in a D&D situation is very difficult, and you would be better off either randomizing it or planning ahead. Ah, boo. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Stop it. Clicky. Boo. Boo earns. Okay. Okay. That didn't work entirely as planned. Oh, oh sweet Jesus. Oh sweet Jesus. We've got a problem. We've got a problem. Everyone stop. Stop doing things. Stop doing things. Stop doing things entirely. So this thing controls like a crappy boat. And this thing doesn't have any RCS to control with, which is a problem. let me control from here again. That button. This will help me, I think, get a better handle on how to move it. So the biggest problem, and the biggest challenge that I've had so far, and I don't honestly know how to fix this problem, is that when I've got two vessels that are too close to each other, what actually happens is I use the SAS on this vessel, and the other vessel uses SAS in the same way. So if I push point to target, the other vessel also attempts to point to target. And so far the only way that I've had to correct that is by having the two vessels with corresponding targets pointing at each other so it works right. And that's all well and good for lengthwise vessels, but that whole point to target thing doesn't work nearly as well with horizontal vessels. At least that's from my experience so far. So let's see, point to that direction roughly. There probably is a mod causing problems, absolutely. I just don't, because of my mod list being so big, I don't really have an easy way to find out what that would be, unfortunately. Let's point to prograde a little bit. Let's pull in, let's see, let's switch over here, see if I can get this working at all. Control from here. I do have life support mods, absolutely. I'm using USI. And then I've got deep freeze for longer term. I haven't used any of it yet, but I've got it. Trying to think of what else I've got. Where are you, vessel? There you are. By the way, welcome, Insane. I am so insane. Welcome. I am going to shorten your name because it's easier that way. I'm going to fast forward a hair that away. Alright, let's see if this trajectory is enough. Hopefully. F5 here. I probably should have reloaded, in all honesty. Because I so ballsed it up that it's going to take some time to fix again. But that's okay. Actually, this whole fucking RCS thing is really getting on my nerves. Stop RCSing. Stop being stupid. I don't know about Space Madness. As far as I'm aware, they just kind of quit whenever they run out of supplies and habitation. I haven't seen any sort of madness, anything like that. I think there's an option for it, but I wouldn't use it, honestly. Because it's... I'm not looking to make everything miserable for myself. I don't see how that would be great. I don't see how that would be great at all. Yeah, I've already set the settings I want for USI. I just don't remember what the settings I set as. Alright, so let's do this. Pointy, 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 pointy. Meh, 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 meh. Okay. So we're not quite in line just yet, but I think I can fix it from the other side. But let's fast forward a hair. And get at least closer. Alright, I'm going to try to dock from this thing again. Try. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try. I need to do this a little bit, I believe. This a little bit, I believe. Fortunately, the control is kind of balls, but that's okay. I'll figure it out. I might need to turn off these, because these are causing me problems. I think I might got this. I might got this. I need to rotate again this away. And this away. Doesn't look right at all, does it? That's not even close to right. But I do need to back up a hair to slow down the incoming truck. Alright, docking camera, because docking camera is helpful at this point. There we go. That's what I was missing. Being able to point. Aha! Tiny Kraken! Welcome, Demos. How you doing? Alright, so far it appears that I've got this. I can only guess that Twitch just doesn't like me. That's what I assume, at least. I will be doing much better once this dock works. Come on, dock, you turd. Dock, you little turd. There we go. That was painful. Alright. So first thing I want to try is just, can I move the tourist as they are? And I don't remember which tourist anymore. It's... Eeltop was going to the Mystery Science Lab, so Urfree is the one. Transfer crew. Urfree. So no, as it stands, I cannot transfer them. Which is expected to a point. Then I need to open hatch. Okay. Can I then transfer? Cannot. Okay, so that's again expected. So now the thing that I should need to do is attach this here. Compress parts. Which attaches the whole thing rather than having it as a construction node. And then, can I transfer? No. Well, now I'm irritated. Because this entire setup is built specifically so that every single component has crew pass-through. And it's not working. Like, the crew is here. This drone has crew pass-through. This component has crew pass-through. Both of these docking ports have crew pass-through. This radial node here has crew pass-through, which I can't point at right now, but it's there and it has crew pass-through. I know it does. This whole center tri-segment has crew pass-through. So does this drone. And this thingy here has crew pass-through, as does this one, as does this. But I still can't transfer the crew. And that's what caused me to redo this entire night, because the crew pass-through wasn't working before. Come to realize that it might be something else entirely broken. Yet another mod, I'm sure, but I don't know why it's not working. But for right now, I think it's still counting the missions. Let me check to make sure. One tourist to visit Mun Station, 4 hours remaining. Okay, so we're good there. I might have to. I might even have to test that, but I'm not entirely sure if that would work. Let me try the other crew pass-through mod. I've technically got 2 of them installed, and I don't know for sure. Like, maybe they're actually interfering with each other. So let's see. Mun Station, crew. Let me grab this doohickey over here. Hang on. Chat's getting in the way of stuff. Okay. So we've got... this crew cabin, and I want them in this thing. Can I hit the transfer button? They're making skittery noises. Okay. Okay. So, the base transfer option doesn't work. But the separate mod that can transfer crew does work. And it makes skittery noises when they do it. So I might actually count that. And I might leave it as that, just not fart around with it anymore. Let me start habitat. And start habitat. And start habitat. Do I have habitat in here? No. This should already have habitat going, yes. Alright. So now I just need to reverse that at some point. Urfree and Etop's cabin. Okay, got it. So at some point I'll have to reverse that. We've got 4 hours left to float around on this nonsense. How is my 47, 52? Okay. So my my orbit has actually gone way out of whack. So I'm actually going to have to be careful about that when I'm attempting to do these docking maneuvers, because my orbit has gone from, I think it was 50 and like 45 down to 52 and 34. So I've really messed up my orbit in all of these attempts to dock, which is not good. But it is what it is. Alright, so that can go away. So now all I need to do is wait for that mission to complete. 4 hours of spinning around the mun. See you guys in 4 hours? Nah. Let's fast forward as much as it will let me. Let's see, this is a different one, okay. I can only warp at 100 times because of how close I am to the mun. And that's another thing I want to change, is moving the mun out so that I can fast forward faster. Because I have to be beyond 50,000 meters to be able to fast forward higher. So my Apo is good. In fact, maybe I'll work on changing that right now, because we're here. Why the hell not? It's going to be a little bit difficult with this thing attached on the side, though. I'll wait, because I've tried thrusting with such odd center of mass, and it goes all sorts of hell, so I'm not going to do that. So I will wait to adjust my altitude after they've undocked and left. That'll be fine. Alright, so we're going to go back to fast forwarding. Actually, let me check on something. I want to switch to this quick. Can I deorbit this, or at least change it? I may have said disabled cow. Oh, Musiko, okay. I may have also said disabled cow without realizing it. That's about how my night's going. So, does this ship have any controllability left to it. A little bit of fuel. Okay. So I could deorbit this. I was hoping to be able to recover it. But I could definitely deorbit if I wanted to. Is it in any sort of danger of being a problem to the station? Actually, can I? How much Delta V do I have left in this thing? I have 410. I could potentially deorbit this back to Kerbal. I think I'll try that, actually. So let's do a node here, I think. I do want to recover everything, and I've been trying really hard. I haven't been fully successful because some of my stages have crashed into each other on separation, but otherwise I've been trying for sure. What I think I will do though is I think I will deorbit this to a relatively low Kerbal orbit, and then recollect it. Oh, planets. I have not seen that one yet. I know of it, I just forgot about it because I haven't seen it yet. So maybe low-ish Kerbal orbit, and then recover it. Let's do that. Based on the name, I'm assuming it's some sort of space-based anime of sorts? Or sci-fi at least. Alright, we are getting close to burn time. Alright, that is low-ish Kerbal orbit. Earth Orbital Junk Recovery Team. That's amazing. Now I want to watch it. I will have to find a way to watch that, because that sounds amazing. I actually have a board/card game called Space Junk, and it's the same concept. You're recovering junk from space and attempting to pass off your worst junk onto the other players so they have to take care of it, while you keep the better junk. So I definitely like the idea. Alright, how far are we in the mission? We are 2 hours, 46 minutes out from the mission. Okay, so I'm going to... How far away is the Periaps here? Periaps is 4 hours away. You know what? They can stand to be on the station a little bit longer. They waited long enough to get there. They waited a good few days to get attached to that station, so they only asked for 4 hours, but they were so patient with me, I'm going to give them a few extra hours while I go take care of my space junk. So that's how I'm going to sell that. And so we're going to fast forward out of Mun. And then I'm going to circularize at the next periapse, create and execute. It's not going to be able to execute the whole thing because I only have 100 delta V left, but it will be able to bring in that orbit a little bit out of the Mun's path, I hope. No connection. Awesome. Okay, we're going to speed up a little bit. No connection because we have no electric charge left. Never mind. That's fine. It is now forever in low Kerbal orbit with the potential of accidentally running into the Mun. Unless I recover it first. Sounds good. That's a solid plan. Focus view on Mun, zoom in, find my station, switch to. Come on, stop being stupid. Okay, fine. It's being stupid. Alright, so let me, while we wait for that load, look up more on planets, planetus, planetes, however we're going to say that. See, when I think planets, I think, like, petite planets. And that would be usually spelled with an E-T-T-E-S at the end. So this isn't pronounced, or this isn't spelled like that, so maybe it's not pronounced like that. Maybe I'm reading way too much into it. Hey Doge, how you doing? Alright, so we are done with this mission, yes? Done with the mission? We are done with the mission, okay. I do believe I'm done with other missions too. I want to check just to be sure. Zoom, zoom. So one tourist visit Mun Station. Got it. Two tourists to low Kerbal orbit, and that's Nefri and Sammy, which I do believe are the ones that are in here. Nefri and Sammy. Yes, so they came up along for the ride. They actually got a free Mun tour out of the deal. They only paid for a low orbit. But they tagged along with the other two who got a Mun ride. So I think they should be paying me more. But that's fine. That's fine. It's good for publicity. They're able to go back and say, hey, we went up to the orbit, and they said, hey, you want to guys go hitchhike along to the Mun with us? And they're like, sweet. So they might be able to pass the word along that if you come up with Twin Tech Industries, you might end up with a better ride than you planned for. Alright, so we are going to transfer my Kerbals. I'm doing fine, by the way. Thank you for asking. I am enjoying myself here. Crew. I need the Hokalani and this crew cabin. I need to transfer. I do like the noise, by the way. Skitter, skitter, skitter. Skitter, clunk, clunk, skitter. Alright, so they are transferred. I now have... let's see. I've got Urfree, Valentina, Eel Top, Nefri, and Sammy all up in my ship here. Alright, so I should be able to undock and get this thing moving home. So F5, just in case, because the Kraken hates me, because I make him sit on my head. Undock. Switchy, switchy. Oh man, look at that tiny amount of separation. There is no separation power to this thing whatsoever. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. I wonder if I close the shield, would that push me away far enough? Close shield. No, it had no collision whatsoever. Okay. Fine. I was hoping. Alright, so actually, if I start burning now, prograde. So let's SAS. Can I point prograde without breaking stuff? Try not to wang the end of my ship into the station too hard. Alright, let's turn off our CS on this thing because it's being a pain. Switch back over here. Good. Okay. So if I burn hard, I should be able to get back into Kerbal orbit. Right? Yeah, that's how that goes. I'm just gonna do it. Burning. Who needs to plan their return trip? Just wing it. Alright, we are headed towards our return trajectory. Periapsis at 3 million and falling. 2 million. $1 million. And 37. Alright. So we're doing a straight shot back to the Mun. Or back from the Mun to Kerbal. There we go. That's how that works. And hopefully not die in the process. Doobie-doo-doo. Doobie-doo-doo. Alright, so make sure everything is kosher. We have left the station behind at 20-something kilometers already. That's good. And now all that's left is to fast forward the ride home. How are we doing on everything? Fuel's good, supplies are good, charge is good. Everything's good. This is going too well. Seeing how much problem I had getting there in the first place, it's going too well on the return trip. But I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to hope. I'm not F5ing, by the way, because I want to be able to return to the station if this goes horribly wrong. Alright. Probably did a flyby of the other station just now. I didn't notice how close we got, but still. Alright. Getting closer to our return entry. I need to stop at about 80, so I can plan for the re-entry. Alright, we're at 80-ish. So So I need to be able to plan for the re-entry by pointing retrograde. Get ourselves all the way pointing backwards here. I need to burn counter hard and fast. And then before anything goes wrong, I need to decouple. Let that thing go. And then I need to point prograde. I have changed this ship, and hopefully I can do it in time. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So I have this ship set to go prograde instead of the usual retrograde on re-entry because I didn't have room for a heat shield in my build. I know it's weird, don't have room for a heat shield, but instead I'm using the nose cone as the heat shield and the balut to counteract the rest of the problems. Stop being weird. Stop wiggly weird. But the balut is good enough of a heat deterrent that I'm not too concerned about it. Everything appears to be good. Everyone's alive. Everyone's wiggling. They're enjoying their wiggle. Okay. Just taking some screenshots because why not? Everyone should enjoy a good wiggle here and there. So we have survived, or mostly survived our re-entry. All signs point to good, but I'm not going to call it until we're good here, because I have not technically landed this specific craft before. I built it with plans in my brain, and we all know how well that goes. So I'm hoping it will work, but I'm not counting on it just yet. I mean, it's like 90% good so far. So we're looking okay. And there's my rear-mounted parachutes. Ah, shaking adult syndrome. Yep, we are all shook. All right, kill that maneuver planner. Kill this thingy. Don't need to look at that anymore. Kill that thingy. Don't need to look at that anymore. Kerbal alarm clock can go back up there. Get rid of those nodes because I don't need them. Yeah. Okay, now we're good. Screen is clear as it can be with so much crap on the screen. But that is a good thing about having a 4K monitor is that you get a lot of real estate to work with. All right, fast forward down because we're looking good. Everything appears to be working still, which is good. All is well. Awesome. All right. Dooby dooby doo, dooby doo, boop boop boop. Now I feel like I'm not progressing fast enough, both for my own sake and for the sake of the stream and you people watching. So I mean, if you guys are feeling like I need to do more, or I need to stop screwing around so much, please let me know. Because I'm still trying to figure out how to pace this. I've been trying to do some of the cash grinding missions off stream. Like, you know, tourist basic orbitals and stuff like that. The Mun one was kind of a special one because they needed to go visit the station. But I'm trying to keep some of the grindier stuff off the stream. I know Musiko's preference of just doing it all on stream, but let me know if you have any thoughts on that. We are still going down, and we are at a survivable speed, so we are all good. Hooray! I like survivable speeds. Faster. I don't know why that unzoomed, but faster, faster, please. I want to see this thing touch down just to make sure that the nose doesn't explode. And we are bonk. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Bonk. Okay. I lost a solar panel. God damn it. But oh well. Minor casualties. I'll take it. That's the least possible worst thing that could have happened. I'll take it. Alright, do we have a crew report to do? We do not. And I might have an EVA to do. Let me try that. Valentina, EVA. Can you perform all science? EVA, no. Surface sample. That 0.6. Alright. Climb. She broke the solar panel with her face. Way to go, Valentina. Way to go. Way to be a champ. Oh, Valentina. You so special. Can I get you to climb on this side, perhaps? No. Ah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try this option. I'm going to try to transfer someone into this one to give Valentina some room to hopefully board. No. Aha! Made it. Alright. Now we can recover. That was dumb, but I made it. All for a whopping 0.6 science. Best reward ever. Best reward ever. And I broke 2 damn solar panels in that. I feel like that was a loss. Okay. So let's figure out what our reward is from this whole mess. Because I forgot how long that ship's been out there. And I forgot almost everything related to it. But we got our tourists back, so that's good. Alright, so we got 16.6 science. Surface sample, yeah. Recovery of a vessel returned from orbit around the Mun for 16 science. I'll take it. We got 1,600 funds back. Meh. Valentina got some experience for going to the Mun and back. That's good. Are we clicking down? There we go. Okay. So, let's see. Science. I've got 300 I feel like advanced actuators is something I would want to play with. Powered hinge, telescopic piston, and a forklift. Alright. I'll have to look at those later, because I don't know what I want at the moment. I feel like more science might be a good thing, like scanning tech, stuff like that. Because survey scanner would be nice, so I can actually start surveying for minerals and stuff like that. Because I do need to start mining soon, along with the surface scanning module. In fact, I need to get this one, because I need that surface scanning module to find the ore that I need on Minmus to do one of my missions. So I'm going to take that. And that gives me some more science to work with as well, which is good. Always good to have more science. So, I'm actually going to call it a night here. A little bit earlier than my usual. I'm trying to get to bed a little bit earlier. I've been sleeping like crap lately, so I need to catch up a little bit. So, thank y'all for coming. Thank you for any subs and follows I might have missed. I don't always see the notice. Tomorrow night, assuming all goes well, is going to be 7 Days to Die. And then probably back to Kerbal's on Friday. However, I've been wanting to try some other games, maybe Subnautica or something like that. So I'll put it up to a vote on the Discord channel. So by all means, feel free to join the Discord. That's not how you spell that at all. That's how you spell it. There's ScottyBot giving you a Discord link. Feel free to join the Discord. I've got a handful of people in there who play or who talk regularly. So by all means, join up and join discussions. So yeah, you'll have a good night, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.